Good night, fellow punters. All aboard for Royal Ascot. The clock on the wall tells me it's 11:45 on Thursday night, back with a look at the card for tomorrow at day 4 of Royal Ascot 2025. Back at base. I'll have to get a light of some description. This Jonquil, or whatever you call it, is taking up the place of where the light just fit in. Got part of company at the Gresham today with the gang that I had, a grand gang. Hadn't met them at all yesterday. They were in Aran Islands yesterday, and they were in the Keys last night. They thought I might be around, so I left at 9:30 and headed for Athlone. We were in Sean's Bar, that one drink, met Timmy, had the crack with him, and headed straight for Dublin. The Apple Green service station was badly needed for the old pisser. On the way, it's got a bit of grub. They did, I didn't. So they're on the way back to Arlington tomorrow. Grand crowd. We had what? We had no winner today. Charles Darwin, I was watching this while getting just pulled into Chapel Izzard to the Circle K there to top up a diesel. The red light was blinking. It was that low because the light went on going into Dublin before I had leak slip, and I said I'd pull in on the one on the Keys, but it was a lot of traffic around it, and with a bigger bus, it's not simple. It's just I was lucky at 165, so it's the most ever put into one of those gadgets. Charles Darwin, very impressive. Coolmore on fire. Moore doesn't complicate things. Let her off. My first pick actually was the Yankee Doodle Dandy Horse Sandals song. We finished 6th with the French one. So we're just out of the money. We're paying 4. We're on proposing this one. There was no proposal to run faster. I don't think it acted on the ground. Merchant made up a lot of ground in the last one. And then the Garden of Eden has vanished, they say. Paddy Riley from Ballyjamesduff to the first line in it, written by Percy French, Garden of Eden. Got a great run for money with understudy, and at a point at the furlong pole, I said, "Cheers, we have a chance of winning this." Drifted out to 40-1. We'll get a win out of that horse, considering it was first time after winning a maiden in Southwell. It was a great run. Beat a lot of fancied horses. The 420 Trawlerman. My old buddy Trawlerman, famously, what was it, in 2022, 4 out of 4 one day. It was Good Friday. He was running in Chelmsford, wasn't it, 2022. We had 3 at, I think it was Lingfield that time, wasn't it? April 15th 2022. This was the day we were on him. And he won. I don't think I tipped him too often since. He goosed us, the day on Alfred Brusher. We were on Alfred Brusher at a big price. And he bet us again another time on something. Great ride from the front. Was going to stay all day. I had a doubt about Illinois, and I thought I was playing safe by going for Sweet William, first time each way, first time out of the first 3 in its life. and you wouldn't think it at the furlong pole. Just needed probably another run this year. A bit worried about that last night because he had 2 runs last year. I thought we were going to win this at the half furlong pole. Fear not. Up to £7. Done the trick not to win it. Arabian Story, the first win in a good while for Sabine Sarour. Come out. The Hampton Court from the front. Picked the wrong one. I thought that Detain would be able to hold on to be ahead of Trinity College like in France, but no, I didn't like the ground. Faded back is not that bad. Maybe back to France again later in the year. Good front running ride though from Moore. Never So Brave made up a lot of ground in the last bit of the race. Where was I watching that? I was nearly home at that point. English Oak, terrible. Not the same horse as last year. Tomorrow, it's hard look past Signora after its run pegged in at the deep end in a Group 2 in Naas.
Dandy and Shane Foley on board Richard Haddon's filly, and then Lady Iman, Colin Keane, and then comes the stable companion, Simply Astounding, Ryan Moore, and Signora, Wayne Lorden. They've just passed the halfway stage. Miami Destination with Against the Rail Green Sense, being followed through by Lady Iman. Saffron Dandy has dropped ground, and then Signora and Simply Astounding knocked back to the tail end of the field. Racing to the final furlong, and Lady Iman is coming at Green Sense. Weakening under pressure is Miami Destination, and then Signora inside the final furlong. Lady Iman on the outside strikes the front from Green Sense. These two are away, and it is Lady Iman with the lead and the win in the filly sprint as she stretches out her unbeaten.
It wasn't too busy on that horse. Lady Iman had won first time out as well. That form is strong. That particular race, O'Brien has had a couple of winners coming from before. The Dam has won in Ascot as well. As an outsider, it's 66-1. You have BB Dahal, the Yankee Doodle Dandy horse. But if you look at just second to Linaloo, we were on Linaloo in the first race, and that finished third. And there was a big gamble on it, 16s into 5s or 11-2 in the latter end before the off.
Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
The Sunshine is next, wheeling to the...
Come on. Get around that turn.
Clear is BB Doll for a stretch opportunity. Off the turn in the stretch drive. Lenny Lou has it by 2.5. BB Doll up into second. Down the center. Royal Testament is now third. They come past the 16th pole. And Luis Saez is not here for the weather. He's here for Lenny Lou. And she's in front. Lenny Lou to win it by 5 in the end. BB Doll was second. It's a wall for third. Could be Authentic Guitar.
Oh, trounced. But step up in 6 miles. There's ways to make a pound if you could, some of the top finish to put it maybe in the top 6 or top 8 or something. When it's a big price, you might get 8 or 10-1. The 305. I think the two horses here to look at is Group 1 Forum at a mile, which is Shadow of Light, who was third in the Guineas Ruling Court and Field of Gold. And Jonquil, who was, and Christoph Sumion taking the ride for Andrew Balding. But that one on good ground, bet Rasherbear. And then to second to Henry Matisse. I think the better ground will suit this horse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back that each way, and I'm going to do a reverse forecast, Shadow of Light and Jonquil. Like they're paying 5 places there. Jonquil, you'd imagine, nailed on to me in the first 5. The Duke of Edinburgh, a handicap over 1.5 miles. Ethical Diamond, Ryan Moore for Willie. If it wasn't them, that combination, that'd be a 10-to-1 shot, I'd imagine. Almoster's entered, but I came down on Mount Atlas on the strength of its last run at Chester in the Ormond, Group 3. A couple of reasons. It was close enough, and also it's the third run back after the layoff. But Illinois winning
up the inside of Al Kareem, who again goes wide. Absurd is into third, now called on for a big effort as they prepare to straighten up. Is Illinois. Absurd in second, Al Kareem on the outside. Mount Atlas at the cutaway. Illinois leads the way a couple of legs. Could it be another Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore? But Absurd may have something to say about it. Switch to the far side. Illinois looking a little weary, but holding on very gamely. And Illinois will win the Ormond. Al Kareem for second, Absurd is third, tight for fourth between Mondo Man and Mount Atlas.
Coming back from a Group 3 to a handicap. Rated 102. That's an each-way selection of that race. On to the Coronation Stakes. There again at the French horse that got the French 1000 guineas in the steward's room. Exactly was the horse in question with it that day, and that's a 16-to-1 shot in place. 14s is a common price there. That looks to be a bit big. But Falakeyah for Shadwell. This won the Pretty Polly Stakes listed race. But out in front was desperate impressive. And that was over 1.25 miles. So going back to a mile front run, it has been supplemented into this race. This will be out in front. That's the one I'm going for. I don't know about the form of, like if you look at, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say there. It's gone out of my head. I'm on the Crowley. The 5 o'clock is the Sandringham. An open affair as well. It's hard for a top weight to win, but I'm going with the top weight. To have, you'd imagine, why did they go for a handicap? Could they not have tried it in listed or group company? Colin Keane riding at the first time blinkers, but it beat Betty Clover. Didn't it? Betty was back here, and there were level weights, and it's given it only £1 now. And Betty Clover has good enough for him to tie in. It was behind, a nose behind Crimson, our Hashing from the other day, the one at the big prize. Crimson Advocate. Then it went over to, now it will be better on, without a doubt, on Good Firm. But I think Betty Clover maybe 7.5 might be its optimum. But when you look at it here, 4th, beaten 4 1/4 lengths on level weights, and it's only getting £1. It's not enough to swing. The fact that Tabiti won first time out, which was behind Desert Flower in the middle park, hasn't been seen since. But going here first time, I'm trying to read between the lines to see what they're thinking. But it's an each way bet. $14-1, $18-1. Paying 6 places. 18-1, 5 places. Yeah, that's the selection. On to the second last, which is the King Edward 1.5 miles. We were on Zahrann 2 runs back, and I forgot to put it in the last time, and it was gambled on from 9-2 before the off into 5-2 second favourite. Showed a great turn of foot in Leopardstown. There it is at the back on the turn for home.
Way then we, Titanium Emperor, is followed by Acapulco Bay, Zahrann and Bay Colony as they straighten with a quarter to run. Rock of Cashel being followed by Adaway on the outside of What's Your Game. Don't Spit It has dropped 2 spots. Being followed then by Nui down the outside. Zahrann with Titanium Emperor. Acapulco Bay as the door showed. Racing inside the final 200 yards. Adaway is headed now by Zahrann. Zahrann has come from last to first and is set to double his career total in the King George V Cup. Impressively too, from Adaway, Acapulco Bay.
Well, in the week that the Derby, of course, is going to be run in honour of the late Aga Khan. The famous green and red silks carried to...
She ran a bit green there, she wobbled over to one side. Amalok is the fav. Rated £3 higher, unbeaten, but we're going again it. We're going on Zahrann. And then we have the finale. Which horse? 1 second. Oh yeah, Miss Nightfall. That opened up 20-1 early in the evening. It's gone 6-1 fav now. We're on to the 6-10. Realign. First time out, it was second to Shadow of Light over 6. Last August. But the last time it ran there, it was shot out in front. Very imposing horse. Hacked up. The time wasn't, but he didn't need to. 1:13. But that's the selection. They're having a good week. Watnan by Blue Point. That won in Ascot as well. Shouldn't be a problem back from 6-5. Now we're about to get this into the oven. It's 6 minutes past 12 now. My hat has gone to one side. Put it this way. Now, bash the bookies over and out. Where are we? Over here.